Hey everybody, welcome to BJ's Book Corner. Today we're going to be talking about a very, very interesting book. It's called Messages from Michael. Now, I have to be honest with you, when I first discovered this book, it was probably about in 1986. It had already been out for quite some time. But I highly recommend this book because it takes you, now if you get a close-up on the cover there, you'll see all these different kind of people. You see a Ouija board. Now I know the Christians in the audience are getting frightened with that. Calm down, calm down. There's nothing Satan about me or this book. The interesting thing about this book is it really chronicles a journey that a spiritual seeker had. They were very, very interested in the darker side of the occult. And they had been to a party, sat down, they were playing the Ouija board, and all of a sudden, they had never experienced anything like this before. The Ouija, I don't know what it's called, the thing that moves back and forth, started to move on its own, and told them that this is Michael. They're going to be writing a book, and these are going to be messages from Michael. Later on, they left the Ouija board behind, and actually did what we call automatic writing. For some of you who know that, that's where the writing just flows out of you, allegedly not from your own consciousness. Now, I know a lot of you are like, oh, this is just a bunch of ho, 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 ho. But, you know, I always choose to stay open because realities change and vary all the time. And I'm willing to go out on that limb and be open. Now, the philosophy that was transpired from Messages from Michael was a very interesting one. It makes a lot of sense to me. It talks about the universe being one, that God is all, God is everything, and that every absolute bit of fiber and thing on this planet is a part of God. Now, in the very, very, very beginning, you know, a lot of people have speculated on the Big Bang or however that happened, or the creation of the Bible. The point is that we're all pieces of God. At one point we had broken apart, and now we're in our massive particles around the planet, around the universe, and we're in a process of reunification. Reunification with the one, the Tao, the God, as we're just going back home. And this book kind of explains about the journey, about going back home, the different levels. Now in the universe, as the book says, there's 7 different levels of soul age. And I don't know all of them. I'm going to have to be honest with you. I haven't read it since '86. We're just giving you a brief overview. But the soul age go from infant soul to young soul, mature soul, old soul, and then two soul levels above that. Very, very interesting stuff. And when we come back to the planet, now this is a firm believer in reincarnation, and that eventually through our lifetimes we progress in our soul age. Our needs become more complex. At the very end, of course, they become much simpler, and it's all about love. Right now, I am what they would call old soul level 1, which means that I'm beginning to come into my teaching phase, that I feel pretty comfortable in my own skin, and that this lifetime is about learning to express and help other people along on their journey. That's what the philosophy says. I tend to believe it. It also tells that there's 7 different roles you incorporate in the lifetimes. Now, gosh, it's been a while since I've read the book. What was my role? I believe my role was a sage. That's right, it's coming back to me, a sage. Now, as you all know, what a sage does is communicates as well. It's a little bit about being effervescent, having a little spark, a little bubble. And this is my lot in life, how you say through these lifetimes is having a little extra spark that needs to express itself. There's also things like priests, scholars, servants, people that really, really, really here are to serve mankind. And the world needs all of them, and all of us. I think the most wonderful thing I learned from this book is the diversity message, is that, you know, if someone's feeling like, wow, all they're interested in is the money, the car, getting ahead, and they're satisfied staying in their church, They're satisfied just with the status quo. Well, you know what? That's okay, because they might be a young soul, definitely needing recognition from the world, needing to feel like they belong and do everything like everyone else does. And you know what? Being that person's okay, because that's their point of development. And that's one message I believe totally, is that wherever you're at in life, that's where you need to be. And wherever you're going is definitely towards home, and that's towards God. So, again, pick up the book. I hope you enjoy it. It's Messages from Michael. Very, very interesting. There's also trance-channeling groups out there that channel Michael if you want to know a little bit more. Now that is over the top, let me tell you. Did it, been there, interesting. Well, take care. This has been BJ's Book Corner. Bye-bye.